Good morning, students. Today we will study from the supplementary book, the second chapter, The Thief's Story. Now, this story is about a young boy who becomes friends with Anil, and Anil trusts him completely and even employs him at his home. And does the boy betray Anil's trust? This is the story. Now, the story starts with the boy talking about him and telling how he came into contact with Anil. He says, I was still a thief when I met Anil, and though only 15, I was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Anil was watching a wrestling match when I approached him. He was about 25, a tall, lean, thin fellow, and he looked easygoing, kind, and simple, enough for my purpose. I hadn't had much luck of late and thought I might be able to get into the young man's confidence. And this boy is only 15 years old, and he says, I was a thief, still a thief when I met Anil. But he says, I was experienced and a fairly successful hand. He was an experienced thief at the age of 15. That means he might have been doing this for the past 3-4 years and also successful in doing so. And he says he met Anil when he was watching a wrestling match. Anil was about 25 years old, a tall and thin fellow, looked and easygoing, kind and simple enough for the boy's purpose. That his purpose was to basically rob somebody. He says, I hadn't had much luck of late. He hadn't had any kind of success regarding his robberies of late, and he thought that he might be able to get into the young man's confidence. And when he met Anil, he talked with him just to flatter him. What did he say? You look a bit of a wrestler yourself. I said, a little flattery helps in making friends. So you do, he replied, which put me off for a moment because at that time I was rather thin. Well, I said, I do wrestle a bit modestly. What's your name? Hari Singh. I lied. I took a new name every month. That kept me ahead of the police and my former employers. Now they both talk straight away. He told Anil that you look a bit of a wrestler yourself, because he said that if you flatter somebody, a little bit of flattery helps in making friendships. Anil knows he doesn't have the body of a wrestler. He is a tall and thin fellow, already mentioned over here. Now, when this boy told him, you look a bit like a wrestler, out of the blue, suddenly, Anil also told, so do you. This young boy was taken aback by this comment for a moment because he was rather thin. Basically, both are speaking lies over here. But then the young boy said, well, I do wrestle a bit. So Anil asked him, what is your name? He said, I am Hari Singh. Now he had spoken the lies. He is a robber. So he had to lie. Why? He states here that he took a new name every month. Why? Just to stay ahead of the police as well as his former employees. Say suppose somebody comes to know that there is a boy who moves around robbing people, this is his name, then he will be easily caught. So he took on a new identity as soon as he left the old employers. This helped him to stay ahead of the police because the police would always be on the lookout for a boy and the name would come as a different person, so he would be able to not get caught. That is why he took on a new identity every month. After this introduction, Anil talked about the well oiled wrestlers who were grunting, lifting, and throwing each other about. I didn't have much to say. Anil walked away. I followed casually. Hello again, he said. I gave him my most appealing smile. I want to work for you, I said. But I can't pay you. I thought that over for a minute. Perhaps I had misjudged my man. I asked, can you feed me? Can you cook? I can cook. I lied again. If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you. Now, after the introduction, Anil talked about how well oiled the wrestlers were who were grunting and lifting and throwing each other about. Hari Singh, he has nothing to do with this wrestling bit, so he just sat quietly. And then Anil walked away. This young boy also followed him casually. As he was following him, Anil realized that this young boy is following me. He stopped and said, hello again. The young boy gave his most appealing smile and he told, I want to work for you. Anil is telling, but I can't pay you. The young boy thought over it for a moment and then he is thinking, perhaps I have misjudged my man. Normally, he would work at such a place where there was a chance of a good amount of robbery to be done. But when he heard that Anil telling that I can't pay you, he thought he must have misjudged the man. So he asked him, can you feed me? Anil said, can you cook? The young boy said, I can cook, but he was speaking lies again. Then Anil told him, if you can cook, then maybe I can feed you. This is how their conversation happened, and this is how he got a job at Anil's house. He took me to his room over the Jamuna sweet shop and told me I could sleep on the balcony. But the meal I cooked that night must have been terrible because Anil gave it to a stray dog and told me to be off. But I just hung around, smiling in my most appealing way, and he couldn't help laughing. Anil took him to his home, to his room basically, which was over the Jamna sweet shop. And he told the young boy, you can sleep in the balcony. That night, the meal which the young boy cooked must have been terrible. Why? Because when he gave the food to Anil, Anil did not like it and he gave it to a stray dog, a street dog basically. And he told the young boy to go away from there. But this young boy, he just hung around, smiling in his most appealing way. And Anil just couldn't help laughing. He started to laugh looking at him. Later, he patted me on the head and said, never mind, he would teach me to cook. He also taught me to write my name and said he would soon teach me to write whole sentences and to add numbers. I was grateful. I knew that once I could write like an educated man, there would be no limit to what I could achieve. It was quite pleasant working for Anil. I made tea in the morning and then would take my time buying the day's supplies, usually making a profit about 1 rupee a day. I think he knew I made a little money this way, but he did not seem to mind. Now, the food which was cooked was not good to eat, so Anil gave it to the dog and told the boy to go away. But the boy did not go, he just hung around. Later, Anil patted the boy on his head and said, never mind, I will teach you to cook. Then he also taught him to write his name and said that he would soon teach him how to write a whole sentence, how to add numbers. The boy was grateful because he knew that once he could start writing like an educated man, there would be no limit to what he could achieve. Same thing applies to you also, children. If you study well, there can be no limit to what you can achieve. But it is all in your mind what you want to do. Once you decide and are firmly decisive, you can achieve whatever you have set out for. But the decision should come from within. And this boy knows, he is an illiterate boy, that if I can start to read and write like an educated man, then there is no limit to what I can achieve. And then he said it was quite pleasant working for Anil, getting up early in the morning, making tea for him, and then he would take his own time going to buy supplies from the market. And there also he would bargain with the shopkeepers, and every day he would make a profit of about 1 rupee a day. He says, I think that Anil knew I made a little money this way, but he did not seem to mind. Anil made money by fits and starts. He would borrow 1 week, lend the next. He kept worrying about his next check, but as soon as it arrived, he would go out and celebrate. It seemed he wrote for magazines, a cure way to make a living. Anil made money by fits and starts. Fits and starts means he was not a regular earner. He would earn money off and on. He didn't have a regular salary. He would borrow 1 week, lend the next week, and he always kept worrying about his next check, means where money will come from. He always used to worry when his next check would come. But as soon as the next check would arrive, he would go out and celebrate. Basically, he enjoyed life. He did not have any kind of savings. Why? Because he did not get a regular salary being a writer. It seems he wrote for magazines, and according to the young boy, it was a queer way to make a living. Queer way means a strange way to make a living. One evening, he came home with a small bundle of notes saying he had just sold a book to a publisher. At night, I saw him tuck the money under the mattress. I had been working for Anil for almost a month, and apart from cheating on the shopping, had not done anything in my line of work. I had every opportunity for doing so. Anil had given me a key to the door, and I could come and go as I pleased. He was the most trusting person I had ever met. Now, one evening, Anil comes home and he had a bundle of notes in his hand saying that he had sold a book to a publisher. And at night he saw Anil putting the money under the mattress on which he used to sleep. Now the boy has been working for Anil for almost a month now. Other than earning 1 rupee every day by bargaining with the shopkeepers, he hadn't done any kind of, he says, anything in my line of work. Means his line of work is to rob. Robbery he has not done up till now. It's been nearly a month now that he has been working, apart from cheating at the shopkeeper's shop. Now he had got the opportunity of robbing Anil. Plus, he says Anil had given me a key to the door so he could come and go whenever he pleased. He says Anil was the most trustworthy person I had ever met. And that is why it was so difficult to rob him. It is easy to rob a greedy man because he can afford to be robbed, but it is difficult to rob a careless man. Sometimes he doesn't even notice he has been robbed, and that takes all the pleasure out of work. Well, it is time I did some real work, I told myself. I am out of practice, and if I don't take the money, he will only waste it on his friends. After all, he doesn't even pay me. Now he says it was very difficult to rob Anil. Why? He has his own explanation. He says it is easy to rob a greedy man. Why? Because greedy men can afford to be robbed because they have lots of money. But it is difficult to rob a careless person. Why? Because they won't even notice that they have been robbed. And that is why there is no pleasure in robbing a careless person. A greedy person you can see from on the face when he is robbed. Automatically the facial features will change. But for a careless person, he won't even notice that he has been robbed. And that is why there is no pleasure in robbing a person like Anil. But then he thought it is time I do some real work. Why? Because first of all, he was out of practice. And he says, if I don't take this money, what will Anil do? He will go and spend it on his friends, only waste it, according to this young boy. After all, he says he doesn't even pay me, so I have to rob him. Anil was asleep. A beam of moonlight stepped over the balcony and fell on the bed. I sat up on the floor, considering the situation. If I took the money, I could catch the 10:30 express to Lucknow. Slipping out of the blanket, I crept up to the bed. Anil was sleeping peacefully. His face was clear and unlined. Even I had more marks on my face, though mine were mostly scars. Now he has decided to rob Anil, having seen the money. Anil was already asleep 10:30 in the night. A beam of moonlight stepped over the balcony and fell on the bed. This boy is not having sleep. He knows unless he doesn't rob that money, he won't be able to rest peacefully. So he sat on the floor and he considered the situation. He says, if I took the money now, I could catch the 10:30 express to Lucknow. So he slipped out of his blanket and he crept slowly towards the bed where Anil was sleeping peacefully. Anil's face was clear and there are no linings on his face. The young boy says, I had more marks on my face, but most of the marks on his face were scars. My hand slid under the mattress, searching for the notes. When I found them, I drew them out without a sound. Anil sighed in his sleep and turned on his side towards me. I was startled and quickly crawled out of the room. When I was on the road, I began to run. I had the notes at my waist, held there by the string of my pyjamas. I slowed down to walk and counted the notes, 600 rupees in 50s. I could live like an oil-rich Arab for a week or two. Now, since he had decided he would rob Anil, he slid his hand under the mattress and searching for the notes. When he found them, he just drew them out without making any kind of sound. Anil was fast asleep. He just made a little bit of noise, and when he removed the notes, Anil turned his face towards the young boy, but he was still in his sleep. The young boy was startled, surprised, and he quickly crawled out of the room. And then, when he says, I was on the road, I began to run. The notes he had tied at his waist, held there by the string of his pyjamas. Then he slowed down to a walk after having run quite far and counted the notes. They were 600 rupees, all 50 rupee notes. 600 rupees. He thought he could live like an oil rich Arab for a week or two. When I reached the station, I did not stop at the ticket office. I had never bought a ticket in my life, but dashed straight to the platform. The Lucknow Express was just moving out. The train had still to pick up speed, and I should have been able to jump into one of the carriages, but I hesitated. For some reason I can't explain, and I lost the chance to get away. Now he says, when I reached the station, I did not stop at the ticket office. Why he did not stop at the ticket office? Because he had never bought a ticket in his life. He always used to enter train without a ticket. So he did not stop at the ticket office. He ran straight. Dashed means to run straight to the platform. The Lucknow Express, which he thought he would be able to catch, had just started to move out of the station. And we all know that when trains move, they start slowly and gradually they pick up speed. So it was still moving slowly and had not picked up speed, and he would have been able to jump straight into one of the carriages. But suddenly he hesitated. He says, for some reason which I can't explain, I hesitated and I lost the chance to get away from there. When the train had gone, I found myself standing alone on the deserted platform. I had no idea where to spend the night. I had no friends, believing that friends were more trouble than help, and I did not want to make anyone curious by staying at one of the small hotels near the station. The only person I knew really well was the man I had robbed. Leaving the station, I walked slowly through the bazaar. Now, when the train had gone, he found himself standing alone on the railway platform. Nobody was there, it was completely deserted. He says, I had no idea where to spend the night now because he had no friends and he believed that friends are more trouble than help. And he says, I did not want to make anybody curious by staying at one of the small hotels near the station. He says, the only person I really knew well was the man I had just robbed. So, leaving the station, he walked slowly through the bazaar. This is what he did. In my short career as a thief, I had made a study of men's faces when they had lost their goods. The greedy man showed fear, the rich man showed anger, the poor man showed acceptance. But I knew that Anil's face, when he discovered the theft, would only show a touch of sadness, not for the loss of money, but for the loss of trust. Now, this young boy, he is only 15 years old. So, his career as a thief has been very short. But in this short career, he says, I have made a study of men's faces whenever they had been robbed or lost their goods. He says, those who were greedy, they showed the expression of fear on their face. The rich man, the expression was of anger. The poor man, they showed acceptance. Why? Because now what? My money is gone, it will not come back. And they accepted the reality. But then he knew Anil's face. What about Anil's face? What kind of expression he would have? He says when he would discover the theft, his face would show only a touch of sadness, not much. That was not because he lost money, but because for the loss of trust. Now he says he would never trust me or somebody like me. That is why Anil would feel sad. Not because he lost money, but because he lost the trust of someone. I found myself in the Medan and sat down on a bench. The night was chilly, it was early November, and a light drizzle added to my discomfort. Soon it was raining quite heavily. My shirt and pyjamas stuck to my skin, and a cold wind blew the rain across my face. Now he had left the railway station and had started walking when he was thinking all those things of how people react or what are their facial expressions once they get robbed. And when he was thinking all these things, he reached the Medan. There he sat down on a bench. The night was very cold. Chilly is written over there. very cold night because it was early November and there was a light drizzle also. It had started to rain, which added to his discomfort because whenever it rains in winter months, that raindrops are also as if somebody is pouring water from the fridge. Soon it started to rain heavily. That drizzle turned into a heavy downpour. He got quite wet. Shirt and pajama got stuck to his skin. And cold wind was also blowing the rain across his face. I went back to the bazaar and sat down in the shelter of the clock tower. The clock showed midnight. I felt for the notes. They were damp from the rain. Anil's money. In the morning, he would probably have given me 2 or 3 rupees to go to the cinema, but now I had it all. I couldn't cook his meals, run to the bazaar, or learn to write whole sentences any more. He went back to the bazaar and sat down in the shelter of the clock tower. Now the clock showed midnight. So he felt for the notes. The notes had become wet because his clothes had become wet. So they had become also wet from the rain. It was Anil's money. In the morning, he thought that Anil most probably would have given him 2 to 3 rupees to go and watch a movie. Not much. But now he says, I had all the money of Anil. Whatever I wanted to do about it, I could do. But one thing was there. He could no longer cook for Anil. Neither he could run to the bazaar to buy daily supplies. Neither he would be able to learn or to write whole sentences any more because he had robbed him. Now he did not have that luxury of learning from Anil. He would no longer be an educated person, which he thought he would be when he had just started to work for Anil a month back. I had forgotten about them in the excitement of the theft. Whole sentences I knew could one day bring me more than a few hundred rupees. It was a simple matter to steal, and sometimes just as simple to be caught. But to be a really big man, a clever and respected man, was something else. I should go back to Anil, I told myself, if only to learn to read and write. Suddenly, he started to remember that he wanted to become a big man, an educated man. But in the excitement of the robbery, he had forgotten all those things. He wanted to write whole sentences because he knew if he became a proper educated person, he would be able to earn more money than a few hundred rupees by stealing. It was a simple matter to steal, and sometimes just as simple to be caught. Getting caught while stealing is not a new thing. It is a simple matter only. One day anybody will get caught. You can't steal your whole life and never get caught. So he thought that stealing was simple and getting caught was equally simple. But to be a really big man, a clever and respected man, it was something else. And if he kept on stealing, he would never become a big person, a clever person, a respected person. So he told himself, I should go back to Anil, if only to learn to read and write. Even if I want only to learn to read and write, also I will go to Anil. Whatever the circumstance may be, he decided that I will go back to Anil, not take this money and go anywhere else. I hurried back to the room, feeling very nervous, for it is much easier to steal something than to return it undetected. I opened the door quietly, then stood in the doorway in clouded moonlight. Anil was still asleep. I crept to the head of the bed, and my hand came up with the notes. I felt his breath on my hand. I remained still for a minute, then my hand found the edge of the mattress and slipped under it with the notes. Now he hurried back to the room, feeling nervous. It is easy to steal, no doubt, but to return back without getting caught, that is the most difficult thing to do. Why? Because you know you are putting back the money, and if you get caught, what people will think? You are stealing it, you are not putting it. This is the problem. So, returning was very difficult, and that also not getting caught while returning, that was the more difficult part of it. So, it was easy to steal, but to return was difficult. Quietly, he opened the door and stood there in the doorway in the clouded moonlight. Anil was still asleep. He says, I crept slowly to the head of the bed and my hand came up with the notes. He could feel his breath on his hand. He remained still for a minute. Then he says, my hand found the edge of the mattress and he says, I slipped it under the notes. He kept the notes back to where they were without getting noticed. I awoke late next morning to find that Anil had already made the tea. He stretched out his hand towards me. There was a 50 rupee note between his fingers. My heart sank. I thought I had been discovered. Now, every night, both of them used to sleep early, but this night Hari Singh did not sleep early. He had dropped money, he went away. And the clock tower showed 12 o'clock in the night. Till that time he is awake, and then he decided that he would come back to Anil. So it got late for him to go to sleep. Next morning, Anil woke up earlier than Hari Singh. So he prepared tea for him before Hari Singh could wake up. And when he woke up, what does he see? Anil had stretched out his hand towards Hari Singh and there was a 50 rupee note between his fingers. Looking at the 50 rupee notes, just one note in his hand. Suddenly he says, my heart sank. Hari Singh is thinking that what he did at night had been discovered. Anil speaks, I made some money yesterday. Now you will be paid regularly. My spirits rose, but when I took the note, I saw it was still wet from the night's rain. Today we will start writing sentences, he said. He knew, but neither his lips nor his eyes showed anything. I smiled at Anil in my most appealing way, and the smile came by itself without any effort. Anil told him, I made some money yesterday, so now I will pay you regularly. This boy, suddenly his heart had sunk looking at that 50 rupee note in Anil's hand. But when Anil spoke something else, he became a little bit energetic. His spirits rose. But when he took the note from Anil's hand, it was still wet from the night's rain. Anil just told him, today we will learn to write sentences. Anil knew, but neither his lips nor his eyes showed anything. Neither one could, he did not show any kind of expressions of anger. Neither he spoke so, neither his eyes revealed anything that he had come to know that this boy must have taken the money away and come back and put it under the mattress again. And when he spoke, neither his eyes or lips showed anything. And the boy says, I smiled at Anil in my most appealing way, and the smile just came by itself without any effort. Okay, children, now we will discuss the question answers. First off, think about it. The first question, quite long question. What are Hari Singh's reaction to the prospect of receiving an education? Do they change over time? Compare, for example, the thought, I knew that once I could write like an educated man, there would be no limit to what I could achieve. With these later thoughts, whole sentences I knew could one day bring me more than a few hundred rupees. It was a simple matter to steal and sometimes just as simple to be caught. But to be a really big man, a clever and respected man, was something else. What makes Anil, what makes him return to Anil? Now, quite long question, but from the question we can make out easily what the answer will be. He says when Anil offered him to educate him, he thought of it to be a very bright prospect, because he thought that once he could read and write like an educated man, there could be no limit to what he could achieve. For him, the motivation behind getting educated in the beginning was just to rob people, because his main activity or line of work was to rob people. However, later when he stole Anil's money and he missed the train, and in which he could easily escape, he realized that he had forgotten in the excitement of the theft that he could no longer be able to learn whole sentences which Anil had promised to him if he ran away that day. Now he thought about getting educated, but from a different point of view. And what was that different point of view? He thought it that if I get educated properly, I would perhaps earn more than just a few hundred rupees, and I would be a respected man in society. It was very easy to steal and very easy to get caught, but to be a really clever person, to be a respected person in the society, you have to be properly educated and accordingly do things which are legal in society to earn somebody's trust. Now, this was a big motivation for him to earn the trust of Anil. So he decided that day. There was a change of heart for him, and that is why he decided to return back to Anil and get proper education for him from him, so that he could become a respectable person in the society. The second question is, why does not Anil hand the thief over to the police? Do you think most people would have done so? In what ways is Anil different from such employers? Now, Anil does not hand over the person to the police. Why? Perhaps he must have understood that this boy had learnt his lesson and had changed for the better. In the morning, Anil came to know when he saw the notes were wet, something wrong has happened. And he must have realized that it must be the same boy who took the money and went away out in the rain. Now, once he had robbed him, why did he come back? This is what is the main thought which must have crossed Anil's mind. If he wanted to rob him, he had got the money in his hand, but he returned back. Anil doesn't know anything, but when he touched those notes and when they were wet, he realized what had happened in the night. And so he thought that this boy has come back, that means there has been a change of heart for him, and he must have changed for the better. And he never said anything to him. In the middle of the story also we come to know when Hari Singh says that he used to every day bargain with the shopkeepers, and he used to cheat Anil by 1 rupee. Even Anil knew about him, but he never said anything. In such cases, normally what would have happened? The person would have been straight away handed over to the police. But Anil was different from other people, because that was his nature, a very trustworthy fellow, a very trusting fellow. He even offered Hari to teach how to cook. He didn't know, he took him as a cook at home, but Hari Singh did not know to cook. He taught him to cook. He even offered him to teach, to educate him. And when he realized that Hari Singh had stolen his money and kept it back again, he knew that something must have happened with Hari Singh inside within his heart, which made him do so, of keeping back the stolen money. He could have easily run away with the money, but he did not do it. This made Anil give him a second chance to become a better person, and that is why he did not hand him over to the police, which is not a normal thing to happen. Now we will discuss the other questions. Talk about it. Now the first question is, do you think people like Anil and Hari Singh are found only in fiction, or are there such people in real life? Well, yes, there are people like Anil and Hari Singh in real life. They are not only found in fiction. In real life also there are many people like these two. In but the deed which Anil did, perhaps it is a rare thing to happen. That type of a deed might not happen in real life, but people like him are there in today's society. Normally, what will happen if somebody is caught stealing? The first instance is people will beat him up, and then they would send him to the hand him over to the police. Now, everybody makes mistakes. Who does not make? Everybody makes mistake, and everybody should be given a chance. But if you keep on committing that mistake again and again, then people will no longer trust you. So all human beings are bound to commit some kind of mistake, but one chance should be given to all. This is the only way to bring a person on the right path. Punishing is not the only situation. Punishing, in fact, will make them do it again and again. But if you sit over and talk the matter with the person, then there might be chance that the person might improve. So there are people like Anil and Hari Singh in real life. Second question, do you think it is a significant detail in the story that Anil is a struggling writer? Does this explain his behavior in any way? Well, Hari Singh told us that Anil income was in fit and starts, means he did not get a regular income. And then there is a statement where Anil's book is sold his book to a publisher, which indicated that he is a struggling writer. He lives life as he earns money. If he gets more money, he will go and enjoy. If he gets less money, he will live accordingly. So it all depended on how the money used to come to him. The flow of the money dictated his life. And when he had more money, he used to enjoy with his friends. But when he had less money, he could not even pay Hari Singh. But when he got more money, he gave him 50 rupees, as we know in the story. The third question, have you met anyone like Hari Singh? Can you think and imagine the circumstances that can turn a 15-year-old boy into a thief? Now, this question is up to you, what you write over there. I can't give my explanation, because what I tell you will write. No, you decide. If you have not met, doesn't matter. So you won't be able to know how and why that person has become like that. There may be multiple reasons of somebody just 15-year-old becoming a thief, and might be poor because of poverty, hungry, so stealing, circumstances, got addicted afterwards, not doing anything but stealing. There may be multiple reasons for it. The fourth question, where is the story set? You can get clues from names of the person and places mentioned in it. Which language or languages are spoken in these places? Do you think the character in the story spoke to each other in English? Well, basically the story is set in Lucknow, because we have the reference of Lucknow Express. Lucknow is in Uttar Pradesh. So we can come to know the story is set in that place. Presence of sweet shops, bazaars also indicate that it is a town where the story is set. But in Lucknow, I doubt if anybody speaks English over there. Most of the time in Uttar Pradesh people speak Hindi. So the characters of our story may not be speaking English at all. They might be speaking whatever regional language is being spoken over there. And in Uttar Pradesh, they speak Hindi. So, probably they will be speaking Hindi.